Hi everyone, today we're going to be talking about Soar Running as well as going over a couple pieces from my collection. Soar Running was founded in 2015 by Tim Soar. Soar's running niche is truly premium running apparel. They really take what you know about traditional running apparel design and materials and ratchet it up to the top. The materials are nicer, the design is a little bit more considered, and all of that comes with a equally premium price point. The stuff is expensive. Now, if you compare it to something like a Satisfy or a Bandit, the designs are gonna be a little bit more what you can expect from traditional running apparel. The cuts are gonna be more familiar, the materials are going to be also more familiar. So it's really playing in that lane of taking what we know about running apparel, traditional running apparel, and ratcheting it up all the way. I have a couple pieces from Soar, so we're gonna get into a quick review of them. Firstly, we're going to talk about the Rainout Shell jacket, or what used to be known as the Ultra jacket. Now, what is it? It's a single layer membrane light jacket. It's wind repellency, water repellency, and air permeable as well. This fabric is super unique. It is milled in Italy, and the threads themselves are coated with DWR, which is the waterproofing substance. Created into the garment, it's heat shrunk down and then applied another layer of DWR. Now what that means is it's extremely water repellent. It's probably the most water repellency I've ever seen on a jacket or clean Arc'teryx or whatever else you see. But the jacket itself is also very lightweight. It's a single layer, so there's no liner or anything on it. There's tape seams all throughout. And it's very thin and you can easily pack it up into a small little ball if you wanted to. Now, details of the jacket, it has a full-length waterproof zipper on the front, some reflective Soar logos on the front and on the back, raglan sleeves, a very slim silhouette, as well as one pocket on the back. There are little toggles on the bottom if you want to adjust the hem, and there's also a little bit of an elastic sleeve on it. I wore this jacket all throughout my last winter training block. I tend to run hot when I run, so I don't like wearing anything overly insulating or bigger jackets. So I found this jacket to be perfect. The airflow is great on it, and the water repellency is also equally amazing. Getting a good quality rain jacket made for running is very difficult. Sometimes they're either too heavy or they don't have enough airflow or they just don't have that water repellency. But I really do believe that this Soar jacket is probably the best running specific windbreaker on the market. Now that does come with a cost. This jacket retails I think around $400-ish, so very, very expensive. But for me, this is the only running jacket I really have, and I found myself using it almost daily. Worthwhile investment in my books. The Soar Rainout Shell jacket. The next piece I have is the Eco Tech Tee, and this is their basic performance running t-shirt. It's 100% polyester with some elastane, so it gives it a little bit of a stretch. We got the Soar logo on the front, on the back, some heat applique logos, but really nothing else on the shirt itself. The beauty is the material. If I had to compare it to any of the big box brands, I would say it's very similar to what On is doing with their performance t-shirts, but I would say this is a step above. The material is a little bit more structured with not under stress, and it has a little bit more of that nice stretch when it's under stress or it's under pressure, versus On I find a little bit more cheaper, I guess you could say, compared to this shirt, but for good reason. I think the shirt retails at about $100 versus $50 for an On shirt. One thing I noticed about that is that the durability of this material is not amazing. First time I washed it, there's some pilling on the fabric, and you can kind of tell throughout the garment itself there's some scratches, some pilling, some pulls in the fabric itself. That being said, there's no rips or tears or anything like that, but it's not the best look when you're spending this much money on a performance t-shirt. Is it good quality? Yes. Is it really nice? Yes as well, but that durability aspect and also the price of it, I don't know if I would get the whole closet filled with these things, but definitely a nice piece to have if you're just looking for a great quality, great performing shirt. The Soar Tech Tee. Headwear, we got the Soar Run Cap. It's 100% polyester, very lightweight, super unstructured hat with a little toggle on the back for adjustability. It's a one size fits all piece. Now the pros of this hat is the lightweightness. Like, it literally is paper thin and it's unstructured. That's also the cons of this hat. Because it is so lightweight and doesn't have that traditional structure of a riding hat, I find I can't get the best fit. It also lacks an internal sweatband. Part of the reason why I like riding in hats, it keeps the hair in, it keeps kind of the sweat from running down through your eyes. I find with this hat, because you can't get the exact fit, the sweat kind of builds up, falls down like you're not wearing a hat anyway. Something to consider for it. If you're looking for a lightweight hat, this is the lightest you'll probably get, but I think there are better options. You can trade off a little bit of weight just to have a little bit more of that structure, a little bit more of that locked in fit, and I think it's gonna do you a little better than this run hat itself. That is the Soar Run cap. Lastly, we have some socks. I have 3 pairs of Soar socks. I have the Merino wool socks. I also have the basic crew sock as well. Running socks are, in my opinion, very underrated. Everyone talks about the shoes, the shirts, the shorts, even the hats, or basically everything else except the socks. And I think a nice pair of running socks really does make a big difference when you're doing some long runs, races, some key workouts. Really just helps avoid any sort of foot issues, blisters, chafing. I'm a big fan of the smart wool socks, but the Soar socks I would say are also very good quality. The Merino wool socks are wool, so they are very nice in the winter time. Whereas the crew socks, I find I use them a little bit more for racing or for workouts, or when I need a little bit less cushion on the sock themselves, or something a little bit more low profile. A little expensive, I think they're around 40 bucks a pair. Buying a good pair of socks doesn't have to be Soar. Soar ones do the job just fine. So my experience with Soar overall, I would say the pieces are great quality, as well as they have a variety of different things. They got socks, they got accessories, they got jackets, shorts, pants, tops, really everything that you can need as a runner. Price aside, I'd say that there are 3 potential cons with Soar. One being their durability. I've touched on it with the tee. I've read some things online. Some people find the durability of the pieces hit or miss. Secondly, storage options. I didn't touch on this too much because I don't have their shorts or any of their half tights. I heard there's not a lot of storage options in them, which is great when you're trying to maximize performance, which is maybe what they're doing. But when you're just an average runner, you need your phone, you need your keys, you need lots more fueling options. They might not be the best bet for that. And lastly, all their pieces are quite slim and have a trim sort of silhouette. So I'd really recommend checking out the measurements, going to stores, trying them on, just to make sure that it works with your own individual build. Soar Running, would I recommend it? Who's it for? It's for the runners that are looking for the pinnacle of performance of traditional running gear. How can we find the best t-shirt, the best top, etc.? Are you going to find some unique designs? Maybe in the graphics, but not too much in the pieces. If you're also looking to spend a little bit more on the reasonable budget, I would say Soar is not the brand for you. But if you're just looking for the most high quality, great overall running gear, take a look into Soar, and hopefully you can have some success through it. Lots of new things on the way. Currently dealing with a little injury, but maybe once I get past that, we'll get back into running, do some more running content. If you have any questions on the pieces, leave them below. Any questions with anything else, I will chat with you guys later. Goodbye. See you later.